Hey, what's going on, YouTube land? This is your boy TJ, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Wrestling Nostalgia, where I get my reviews on WWE shows and PLE events. But this is going to be my last review of the weekly shows. I'm probably only going to do the PLE events, if that. But other than that, this is the final review that I'm going to do. This is going to be the first of 2025. And yeah, so without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into the Raw on Netflix. So the Raw on Netflix opened up with Triple H, and he basically says, are you ready to, let's just go ahead and skip past that. So then this is when The Rock comes back. This is what I'm actually ready to talk about. So The Rock comes out, and he basically says that, you know, wrestling has changed in the landscape of how we watch wrestling, because at first you can only buy a ticket or watch it on TV, but now you could, you know, stream it and everything like that. And basically he said to enjoy the show and all that other stuff, and candy asses and all that other, you know how everything go with The Rock. So then now we're gonna go ahead and get into the tribal combat match between Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa. So let's just go ahead and get right into the craziness. So with this matchup, Roman and Solo Sikoa basically, you know, tied it up or whatever, and then they wound up like rolling out of the ring. Well, should I say, Roman threw Solo Sikoa out of the ring, and then they just kind of fight back and forth from here. And then we go into our commercial break, and then I remember they were like fighting and everything like that. This was like a very back and forth-ish like bout. I remember he threw some steel steps at him, Solo did, and he knocked him out. And this is where we go to our last commercial break of this match. So then these two are going back and forth. I remember at one point in time, Roman Reigns wound up powerbombing Solo Sikoa, and it looked like he was going to go ahead and wrap this match up. But this is where the hood line comes out, should I say, the Bloodline 2.0. And Tama Tonga pulls the referee out of the ring, and Jacob Fatu winds up going in and beating up on Roman Reigns. And then it looks like Roman Reigns was going to go ahead and lose this match, but he winds up kicking out. And then this is when Sammy and Jimmy Uso comes out, and then they wind up, you know, saving the day. And then, you know, they beating up the hood line, all that other good stuff, yada, yada, yada. So then, as it looked like Roman was going to go ahead and put this match away, this is when KO comes out, because, you know, he has a thing with Roman as well, and a beef. And as he's, you know, beating up on Roman Reigns, this is when Cody Rhodes come out. I'm like, now, sir, didn't Nick tell you not to carry your to that ring? He told you to. Look, you better count your days, Cody.
You better count your days, bitch!
But anyways, he wound up beating up on Kevin Owens, and he gets out of the ring and everything like that. Push comes to shove, Roman Reigns wound up spearing Solo twice, and then 1, 2, 3. He is the undisputed tribal chief, and this is where this match ends with The Rock coming out, and he presented the Ula Fala to Roman Reigns. And it kind of left me wanting more, because I'm thinking that he was going to double turn him and, you know, whatever. But it's just like, okay, when are you going to, is anything going to happen? But it didn't. So I guess we're going to have to wait and see if these two are going to have a WrestleMania program, or it's going to be Cody. But honestly, I'm not looking forward to a Cody versus The Rock match. That could happen later on, maybe SummerSlam. I mean, they have a 2-night event. So, hey, we're going to have to wait and see how everything folds out. But in my opinion, we need to see Roman versus The Rock, period. In our next segment, it is John Cena, and he basically comes out and he says that this is going to be his retirement tour. Let him cook for a minute. He said that he remembered his debut. You know, this is the same area where the prototype was born, and he trained to wrestle. And I think he said something about Venice Beach and everything like that. This was the building that he won his first world championship in and everything like that. And he says that, you know, everybody is wondering who is my retirement match is going to be against. If I'm going to win the world title again for the 17th time and break the record, which I heard is a myth, because Ric Flair actually won 25 world titles. They just don't count them in WWE. But hey, that's just a myth. I don't know it to be factual, but they only count 16 of his title reigns, not all 25 or whatever. That's just a myth. But anyways, he said that it's not going to happen and everything like that. But he said, you know what? You know, in WWE, never say never. But I mean, if I enter the Royal Rumble, you know, and I win it, then I can win my 17th world title. You know what? I'm going to do that, because you know what? You fans deserve it, and this is my thank you to y'all. I'm entering the Royal Rumble, and I'm going to win it. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm actually not really opposed to him winning the Royal Rumble. But I tell you one person I am opposed to winning that damn Royal Rumble. And from what I heard, the rumors are going around is that she's gonna win it. Charlotte Flair. Bro, I'm so sick of seeing her in the title scene. Like, look here, I understand. Look, before y'all try to rip into me in the comments, look, I get it. She haven't been on the world title picture in quite a minute, remember? She was out on injury. Okay, but that doesn't mean that she need to be shot up the card. Oh, well, who do you think should win it? Naomi, are you dumb? Naomi sit up there and for like a better half of the year, like since her return, been hitting the ground running. Why not freaking reward her for somebody that actually been here? Let her time come next year or something like that. Like, or why she can't win the freaking Elimination Chamber match? Or how about this? How about this for once? She be in a non-title feud with somebody like Bianca or something. Like, I see creative don't know how to be creative. It seemed like they don't have anything else outside of the title picture for Charlotte. But you know what? This is not about her. This is about John Cena. And I'm actually interested in seeing like the matches that he's going to be a part of. And hopefully with John Cena, he doesn't do the part-time schedule, being as though this is his last hoorah. But we're going to have to wait and see how everything is going to formulate and play out in his retirement farewell tour. In our next matchup, it is for the Women's World Championship. It's Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. So I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really looking forward to this match because this match didn't happen like 1,001 times. I feel like maybe if they would have did like little side missions here and there and then got back into like the rivalry, I would have been okay with it. But let's go ahead and go into this matchup. So this matchup start off with Rhea and Liv, you know, fighting it out and everything like that. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of faded out of this matchup a little bit, but I do remember Rhea getting dominance of this match, and then I remember she wound up doing a rolling senton on the outside onto Raquel Rodriguez, and I believe this was where we went into commercial break. And then after commercial break, Liv Morgan was like in firm control, stomping around and everything like that. A little bit back and forth later. This is when Dominic Mysterio tries to slide the championship in the ring. I guess he didn't think that Liv could do it on her own. So this is when, on the other side of the ring, while the referee is distracted, Raquel Rodriguez brought a chair in. And this is when she, kneed her right on out there. And Liv Morgan winds up doing the Oblivion on the chair. And then she only gets a 2 count, even though the referee didn't see the spot. And also earlier in the match, Rhea Ripley had hit a riptide and Liv kicked out. And I think earlier, a little bit later, Liv Morgan hit like an Oblivion and she kicked out. So a little bit back and forth later, Liv Morgan winds up eating 2 riptides, and then 1, 2, 3. Rhea Ripley finally wins the World Women's Championship that she never lost. And it looked like after the match, Dominic Mysterio tries to give her a hug, and he winds up getting low blowed and getting hit with a riptide. And as she's celebrating everything like that, I'm thinking to myself, Triple H, this your queen, right? Why she didn't get no pyro and no fireworks and all the 9 yards the works, right? But anyway, as she's like celebrating everything like that, this is when The Undertaker came out and he, ride around in his motorcycle, and then he winds up being arm in arm with Rhea Ripley, and I guess a Passion of the Torch moment or whatever. And this is when I believe the fireworks and everything came out. And hopefully this is the end of the feud. I don't even think I'll even want to see them fight at the Royal Rumble. And if so, I guess I don't mind, because I guess we're doing rematch clauses. But we're just going to have to wait and see how everything plays out. But if it happens, it happens. If it don't, look, good riddance. In this next segment, it is Bayley, and she's talking to the Raw GM, and she said, okay, I'm going to hold you to your word, this, that, and the third. I don't know what they were talking about, but I'm kind of interested in seeing, I guess she's going to be on Raw. I mean, being as though that Rhea Ripley is going to need some opponents, so, hey, I'm okay with that. But anyways, an interviewer came up to Adam, and I believe she asked him, what else next is in store for Monday Night Raw on Netflix, and this is when Chad Gable came out and he said that basically that it's going to be his year. He already took out the Alpha Academy, and he's going to win his first singles championship this year for sure. And I'm like, thank goodness, because I got tired of WWE playing in your face, because you deserve better, Chad. Don't allow them to tell you otherwise. Count your days, WWE, if that doesn't happen.
You better count your days, bitch!
There ain't no excuse at this point. And then, Where's Where's Braun Breaker? Why he ain't on that? Why he ain't even in the crowd? Like, why he? You know what? I'm getting worked up. But anyways, let me just go ahead and say this, that we're gonna have to wait and see how everything play out. But before I even like I'm all over the place. But anyways, this is when Chad said that, bring on your greatest luchador and send him to me. Yeah, send him to me. So this is when Adam said, yeah, you really want that? You need that? So he was like, yeah, I want all the smoke. So he said, okay, cool. So I got to make a phone call. So we're going to see, which I do have an idea of who his opponent going to be, because he said he wanted a luchador. So we're going to have to wait and see how everything plays out. In our next matchup, it is Jey Uso versus Drew McIntyre. As we all know, they have like this long-standing feud dating back to when Jey Uso was in the Bloodline, and these two are going to come to a head. So this match starts off with Jey Uso already coming in, swinging and beating him up as Drew McIntyre is making his entrance. And before I forget, Travis Scott had actually entered in before Jay did, and I guess he was, walking with him and everything like that, bringing him out. And so as these two are like fighting back and forth, and I remember at another point of the match where Jey Uso was just getting ragtag and beat up and beat down on. A good majority of this match, Drew McIntyre was like dominating. I remember at another point where Drew McIntyre had got hit with a spear, and then it looked like Jey Uso was like on the up and up, but then he wound up getting hit with the Claymore, but he wound up kicking out, Jey Uso did. And as these two are like going back and forth, it looked like Drew McIntyre was going to hit another Claymore, but Jey Uso wound up falling down, and then Drew McIntyre was all like, yeah, get up. So as he's getting up or whatever, he tries to hit the Claymore. Jey Uso winds up rolling up Drew McIntyre, and 1, 2, 3, Jey Uso wins this match. I genuinely was shocked that he won this match, and definitely in that fashion. And I don't think Drew McIntyre seen that coming either. And I don't know if these two are going to run it back. Maybe at Royal Rumble. I wouldn't mind seeing that, because they actually did put on a really good match. But I know Drew McIntyre just was seething that he got pinned by Jey Uso. I guess this whole derailing Bloodline tour is not going off without a hitch. And finally, we are here, the main event, CM Punk versus Seth freaking Rollins. So in this matchup, they already start off swinging and punching each other all in the face and everything like that. Then they wind up going outside of the ring, and then the referees are like, don't take advantage, Seth, don't take advantage, Seth. And Seth all like, let it ride. So they're just like going back and forth, and they're fighting outside the ring. They go back in the ring, and then they're just going back and forth from here. And then we go into commercial break. After commercial break, these two are still like battling back and forth, and I believe Seth was in advantage of this match and was taking over of CM Punk, and these two are like going back and forth. I remember at one point where CM Punk wound up getting hit with his own GTF, I believe twice. The first time when he did it, like, CM Punk rolled out of the ring, so Seth couldn't pin CM Punk, so he gets him back in the ring. I remember he did the curve stomp, but when Seth went for the pin, CM Punk wound up putting his foot on the rope, so it broke the pinfall. And then I remember at another point where Seth Rollins hit another GTF, and he only got a 2 count. And as these two are like battling back and forth, I remember CM Punk and Seth Rollins was at the top rope, and as Seth Rollins was trying to hit a superplex, which he did, he wound up trying to do the Falcon's Arrow, but he wound up getting hit with the go to sleep twice, and then 1, 2, 3, CM Punk beats Seth Rollins. And this is the end of the night. Here's the reason why I feel like CM Punk was the right winner, because now, honestly, I'm going to be real with you. I don't really like Seth as a face. I prefer him definitely more as a heel, and this could be the beginning of his heel turn. And if it is, I'm here for it, because I don't know. It's just his laugh and his annoyingness and everything like that, and and all that. It gives more heel energy. So if this is going to be the start and the beginning of his heel run, I'm here for it. But comment down below, how did you feel about Raw on Netflix? And this is going to be my last review of the weekly show if I feel like there is something of substance that I really want to talk about, because I actually was thinking about talking about Tiffany Stratton's cash-in and everything like that. Just the cash-in though, because nothing else on SmackDown last week was really interesting to really talk about. But other than that, yeah, this is going to be my last Raw review, unless, like I said before, I see something that I'm compelled to make a video on. But hey, this was a great run outside of the PLE events, again, like I said before. But comment down below, how did you feel about Raw? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Worst show on earth? Comment down below, like, share, and subscribe. Your love and support is definitely welcome. It's appreciated. And peace. TJ, I'm out.